Let's review metrics, where we will cover metrics at the account level, app level, and action level. We will begin on the home screen of an account with two apps. The first is a digital card with a contact form, a few contact actions, and some links. I left justified the mobile phone option to highlight it. The second app shares all the same actions except for the mobile phone option. Maybe the user shares one card publicly online and shares the second card personally and wants to track engagement separately. Let's look at the first app. We access metrics report in three places. In the top navigation bar, we view metrics for the entire account. In the app navigation bar to the right, we can see metrics just for this app. And in the edit module for individual actions, we can see metrics for those actions. Let's look at the account level metrics. This is by default shown for the last 30 days, though we can set our report. We can set the start and end date for our report, so we could move it to a particular time period earlier in the year, or right here we could make it for just the last few days. Below this, we see total views, taps, click-through ratio for the entire account. And again, for the account, we see app activity with views plotted over taps, and then unique visitors by day. We see a breakdown of our audience by mobile versus desktop, and then further broken down by iOS versus Android versus other views, which are a combination of desktop and non-iOS Android users. We then see engagement by users who are browsing our app versus those that have installed it. These are progressive web apps, so they can be shared with a link and work as a website, or they can work as an app where they install on a home screen and work offline. This is telling us that 39% of our engagement come from users that have installed our app. Here we see a breakdown of the two apps in this account, where we can see the views and taps by app. Similarly, we see views and taps for each of the actions in this account. And remember, these actions are shared between these two apps in our account. So when I'm looking at the account level at this contact form action, and I see total views, I'm looking at the combined views between the two apps where that exists. Let's back up to the app and look at the app's metrics. We see 30-day time period again. We see similar charts and breakdowns. And let's go look at the bottom here. I want to point out that this contact form here, we see views and taps, 23 views, 7 taps. But the views for the office action are 42. So these actions are on the same page, but they have a different number of views, and there are several reasons that this could occur. One is this contact form could have been added later during the period that we're looking at. It could be scheduled to appear only during certain intervals of time, or this form could be set to only appear for users that have installed the app on their home screen. So there's a lot of different reasons that actions will not appear for all users. So the click-through ratio is for the actual engagement, the number of taps per actual views of that particular action. Let's return to the action tab and quickly look and see that we have action metrics for each individual action. So we see a chart over the last 30 days for that action. And here I see that this contract form has appeared for 55% of the times that this page has been looked at. And I see a total of 23 views and 7 taps, where this following action has appeared 100% of the time for 42 views and 3 taps. Let's look now at the other app in this account. We will access its metrics, and this app has much lower engagement because I've tested it with this app less. It has 7 views and 4 taps, and if we look at the bottom, even though these actions are shared with the other app, we see much lower views and taps. I want to demonstrate now that these metrics are accumulated in real time. So I'm going to launch this app, which is a view. I'm going to tap the contact form, which is a tap. And then if I go back and see 7 views and 4 taps, when I refresh, we'll increment to 8 views and 5 taps. We do this without using Google Analytics. And we also accumulate metrics for apps when they're offline. These are progressive web apps. Engagement Mechanic are offline, and we capture those metrics also. That's it for a quick overview of metrics. Thank you for watching.